Sunny's out. Hope it's nice wherever you are. We've already been down in Stratford-upon-Avon once this morning to hear about the town's plans to welcome home its 110-metre hurdler sprinter Andrew Posse. Let's catch up with our movie critic from Stratford-upon-Avon, James Luxford. Morning, James.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us again on CWR this morning. Film recommendations, your good, your bad, and your on-demand picks for this week. Going to start with your good, as ever. What is it?
It's The Suicide Squad in cinemas now, and it's a reboot of the DC superhero movie about a group of villains who are forced by the government to become good guys.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
I'm not joining your Suicide Squad.
We'll see.
My court date is coming up. And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
You're flexing in my door!
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Stand down!
I wouldn't take such extreme measures if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out?
I remember the first Suicide Squad movie, which had, amongst others, Will Smith play in that. Are any of those characters back in this one, James?
Yes, we chiefly Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. This sort of reboots the story of the Suicide Squad. I suppose the nature of the premise means they can sort of swap out new members. So no Will Smith, and a lot of the cast have changed up. But it's a really good cast to come in. Idris Elba, who you just heard there, Peter Capaldi as the villain, and I liked this. It's very violent. It's much more so than your average Marvel or DC film. Think sort of Deadpool in terms of tone, so definitely one for adults only. But I liked it. I like the crazy, as I said, Deadpool style feel to it. It really stands out from a lot of other superhero movies. I think we're sort of 10, 12 years into this era of superhero movies, the big Marvel Universe films, the big blockbusters, and so I think to stand out is really something, and I think this film stands out.
Good stuff. Suicide Squad in cinemas everywhere in Coventry and Warwickshire from this weekend. That's your good selection. What's your bad?
My bad selection is The Last Letter from Your Lover in cinemas Friday, and it's a romantic drama starring Felicity Jones as a writer who discovers mysterious love letters from the 60s that reveal a secret affair.
While I was researching for my next feature, I came across some illicit love affair, postmarked 1965.
Dear Mr. O'Hare, you demolished a wall around me I hadn't known existed.
Thing is, if you're going to elope now, you probably just send a text. Hey babes, meet me at the station if you're interested. Hashtag come with if you want to change your life forever. Smiley face, aubergine, road sign, sausage.
Okay, I'm waiting for the bad in this. What's wrong with it, James?
I'm afraid I didn't like this. It's not terrible, but it's just something I've seen a million times before. The dual timelines, the sort of unraveling this mysterious sort of forbidden love affair, and I think setting it in those two different timelines feels like I'm getting two halves of a film rather than one. And I think if you like fairly lightweight, sort of weepy romantic dramas, this will work maybe when it comes to streaming, but as a cinema offering, not so much for me.
Okay. From the bad to your on-demand pick for this week.
My on-demand pick is on Netflix now, and it's Hook. Robin Williams stars in Steven Spielberg's film about an adult Peter Pan returning to Neverland.
You're a very ill-mannered young man.
You're
you know
a
that?
slug-eating worm.
Come on, you can do better than that.
You two-toned, zebra-headed, slime-coated, pimple-farming, paramecium brain, munching on your own mucus, suffering from Peter Pan envy.
What's a paramecium brain?
I'll tell you what a paramecium is. That's a paramecium. It's a one-cell critter with no brain that can't fly. Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer.
It's a bit of an all-star cast in this, isn't it?
It really is. Maggie Smith, Phil Collins in a small role as a police detective, and it's a lovely family film. It wasn't a huge success compared to Spielberg's other films, and he said in many movies he felt like in many interviews, sorry, he felt like he lost control a bit in the making of that film. But it's gained a cult following thanks to amazing depictions of Neverland, a great Captain Hook played by Dustin Hoffman, and of course Robin Williams, the late great Robin Williams, is brilliant as ever as an adult Peter Pan, someone who's forgotten the magic of his childhood and is reminded about it when he goes to Neverland. I think it's a really good family movie and one that's going to appeal to everyone in the family, which I think is sort of the secret ingredient whenever you're looking for something that's going to sort of while away an afternoon.
Yeah, certainly is. Good stuff, James. Just before I let you go, you've been watching any of the Olympics?
I have. I've dipped in and out. I've really enjoyed the highlights. I think it's when it's in a country where the time difference is a bit out. You're sort of catching up, but yeah, some really emotional moments there. I caught Laurel Hubbard's retirement there. I thought her story has been really inspirational. Been real something of a pioneer for the LGBTQ community. Of course, Tom Daley as well, finally getting that gold. I think it's always wonderful to see these moments of people kind of just reaching the peak, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good, and certainly in terms of furthering the Olympic ideal, that inclusiveness, as you say, the Laurel Hubbard story, first open for people who aren't familiar, first openly transgender Olympian, recording a lift in the women's weightlifting, fantastic story, and she departed the stage with despite not medaling, but with a smile on her face and a sort of a sense of personal fulfillment you really got there, didn't you, by watching it?
Yeah, I think I saw her statement yesterday, and I think I quoted this on Twitter. She said, I hope simply by being there, I'm offering people some encouragement. And I think she certainly did.
Good stuff. James, always good to speak to you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. James Luxford from Stratford-upon-Avon, our movie critic, and thoughts there on their good and bad and on-demand picks for this weekend.
Weekday afternoons from 2.